When we look up at the sky, we see a world untouched. We see the stars, the expanse of the cosmos, and the glowing orb of our planet, so fragile in its isolation. For millennia, the heavens were an endless, pristine ocean of stars, the domain of gods, of philosophers, and of dreamers. It was a place that beckoned us, promising knowledge, exploration, and discovery. But something has changed. As we reach for the stars, we are leaving our mark, a mark that, unlike the stars themselves, is not eternal. What once was a vast, silent void is now cluttered with the debris of human ambition. Satellites, spent rockets, and fragments of technology are scattered in low Earth orbit, moving silently at unimaginable speeds. The debris we leave behind isn't just part of our exploration, it's now part of the sky. And yet, the world above is far from empty. It is filling steadily with the detritus of our dreams. The consequences of this accumulation are becoming clearer every day. What was once a silent corner of the universe has become a battleground. It is no longer an isolated concern. The stakes are higher than we ever realized. The Kessler syndrome, a catastrophic chain reaction of space debris, is not something in the distant future. It is happening now. The journey into space began not with a quiet step, but with a giant leap. In 1957, when Sputnik 1 launched into orbit, humanity's first satellite marked the beginning of the space age. It was a moment of triumph, a sign that we were no longer bound to Earth. We had the heavens in our grasp, and with that, the promise of a future written in the stars. From those early days, space exploration grew at a breathtaking pace. Satellites became our eyes and ears, enabling communication across vast distances, enhancing our understanding of the world and reaching out to distant planets. We sent astronauts into space, landed on the moon, and built space stations, all to unlock the mysteries of the cosmos. But in this rush to explore, we began to overlook the reality of what we were leaving behind. For every launch, every mission, there were fragments left to drift, spent rockets, broken satellites, discarded equipment. At first, it seemed like little more than a natural byproduct of exploration. Yet, as time passed, this waste began to accumulate. In the early years, space seemed limitless. But as we launched more missions, it became clear there was no empty space up there. Each satellite, each rocket stage, each piece of equipment we discarded began to form a growing mass of debris in Earth's orbit. What was once a vast, empty frontier now carried the marks of our progress, marks that would prove more dangerous than we had imagined. In 1978, a NASA scientist named Donald J. Kessler raised a concern that would change the course of space exploration. He theorized that a chain reaction was possible. A single collision between two objects in low Earth orbit could create thousands of smaller fragments. Those fragments, in turn, would collide with other satellites and debris, creating even more fragments. This, he argued, could spiral out of control, making space increasingly hazardous for future missions. Kessler's prediction wasn't just a hypothesis. It was a reality we were already moving toward. The more objects we sent into orbit, the more we increased the likelihood of collisions. Each new satellite, each discarded part, was a potential weapon in a growing storm of debris. The Kessler syndrome, as it came to be known, described a dangerous, self-perpetuating cycle. A chain reaction where every collision created more debris, and more debris made further collisions inevitable. It wasn't a question of if it would happen, it was only a matter of when. At the time, the world wasn't ready for the implications of Kessler's theory. Space was still seen as a vast, empty place, ripe for exploration. The idea that we could pollute the very orbit around our planet seemed almost unthinkable. But the warnings were clear. The consequences of ignoring this growing issue were far more dire than we realized. The theory became reality in 2007, when China deliberately destroyed one of its own satellites in a missile test. The explosion created more than 3,000 pieces of debris, each one now a potential hazard for other satellites, astronauts, and future missions. This event sent shockwaves through the space community, as it revealed just how vulnerable we have become in space. The debris cloud created that day has become a permanent fixture in low Earth orbit. But it wasn't just a single incident. In 2009, a collision between two satellites, the American Iridium 33 and the Russian Cosmos 2251, demonstrated just how real the risk was. This was not a test. This was an accident. Yet, the outcome was the same, a cascade of debris that further filled the space around Earth, increasing the threat to future operations. These two incidents were a wake-up call. They showed that space was no longer an empty realm of possibilities. It had become a dangerous place where every object, every satellite, every fragment of debris posed a risk to something vital. The chain reaction had begun, and the more we ignored it, the more it would grow. Today, the scale of the problem is staggering. More than 30,000 pieces of debris larger than 10 centimeters are currently tracked in low Earth orbit. Each of these objects is moving at speeds greater than 28,000 kilometers per hour, more than 20 times the speed of a bullet. But this is only the debris we can track. There are hundreds of thousands of smaller fragments that are too small to detect with current technology. These objects, though invisible to us, are just as dangerous. A fragment the size of a grain of sand, for example, could pierce the hull of a satellite or even the International Space Station. The sheer volume of debris creates a constant, invisible threat to everything that relies on space. And this debris is not just a collection of random objects floating in space. It's a ticking time bomb. With every collision, with every new piece of debris created, the risk grows. The chain reaction becomes more probable, more inevitable. At the heart of the Kessler syndrome is a simple truth. The more debris we add, the more dangerous it becomes for everything in orbit. Space is no longer a distant realm. It is deeply intertwined with our daily lives. From the GPS systems that guide our cars to the weather satellites that warn us of storms, space plays a fundamental role in our global infrastructure. Imagine a world where these systems no longer function. What happens when communication satellites are destroyed by space debris? What happens when GPS fails, disrupting everything from transportation to financial markets? What happens when weather satellites are no longer able to track storms, leaving us vulnerable to natural disasters? These are not distant possibilities. They are risks that are growing every day. We have built our modern world on the fragile foundation of space-based systems. And that foundation is now cracking. Each collision, each new piece of debris, puts more pressure on the very systems we rely on. If the Kessler syndrome continues unchecked, we may one day face a reality where space itself is too dangerous for new missions, or where our daily lives are disrupted by the wreckage of our past mistakes. The International Space Station, orbiting Earth at incredible speeds, is humanity's outpost in space. It is a symbol of our achievements and our dreams.